Hello, and welcome back to the 2023 Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament. I'm Alert64, and joining me for co-commentary is Amadeus J.
Yo, what up? How you doing, Mal?
I'm doing pretty good, how are you?
Doing good. Excited to see some fast racing.
Absolutely. Today's match is a round 2 best-of-3 bout between Berix and Halgorithm. Both of these runners are extremely skilled at Aria randomizers, so I expect we're in for some intense and decisive matches.
And we're starting off and have a pretty mediocre shop to begin the seed with.
Yeah, nothing much in the way of weapons here, or souls.
Berix miscalculated how much money he'd have, so he has ended up with just a fist and some armor, but shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Making our way through. Algorithm finds the forbidden area dead end very early on. That's good to find now and not when you're deep in an area and haven't saved in a while. Berix has cleared out Creaking Skull. Heading down to do this check here. Probably Black Panther, yep. So Berix has now gained Black Panther. For those not familiar with this tournament preset, this is Panther first, so runners are guaranteed to find Black Panther for increased movement within the first 6 checks of Castle Corridor.
Yeah, another new part of this 2023 preset is we have a stat randomizer. Early game, it doesn't really matter too much, but later on, all of the weaknesses and resistances and stats of the enemies are randomized, which can make a pretty big difference, but it's going to be a little bit before that really matters.
Yeah, elemental weapons are probably going to play a major role in at least one, if not all of these races. Berix checking upper corridor on the right here. Finds Hippogriff. Okay, this could be rather interesting. So Hippogriff is normally found later on. It's one of the required forms of flight that runners can find, and it gives them access to a lot of areas, including top floor, which is where they'll eventually end up heading.
One thing that kind of sucks about finding Hippogriff so early is if you don't have Malphus, which is for double jump, sometimes you cannot get double jump for like an extremely long time, and moving with just Hippogriff is pretty clunky, so
Absolutely.
sometimes it sucks.
Yeah. Berix into Reservoir now. Do this check here. Finds Spoiled Milk, which normally reduces your HP to 1, but if you have the Flesh Golem Soul, that will be a valuable healing item. We'll see if that at all comes into play later, or if Berix just chooses to sell it at the shop for some cash.
Study's a pretty good area to find early on for Berix, so he'll probably be going through here. And Halgoritm's opting to go through Reservoir, which is a little scary because it's a later game area, so you can die pretty easily, but
yeah, those
we'll
Tritons are doing 80 damage per hit. Halgorithm does find Backdash, though, so any backdash cancel weapons will be more usable for him now. Berix traversing study still hasn't found any of the 3 item checks that are in this area.
Oh man, algorithm super low.
Yeah, that room is never fun to try and get through, even when you're decently leveled.
Berix just getting absolutely bullied. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, these ectoplasms and rock armor are not giving him a good time here.
Yeah,
Fun time.
this is the problem of having no Malphus, is you just get tossed around so much more.
So I suppose we should talk about objectives. Changed from last year, there are 3 books required to correctly beat Graham and progress onwards to the final fights of the game. You can either have a book that requires you to defeat a boss, or requires you to have a certain soul equipped at the end of Phase 2 of Graham. And there's going to be a minimum of 1 of each type, with the third one being whichever, 50-50 chance of being either. So runners will ideally be defeating most of the bosses, because if they decide to skip a boss and then get a book that says defeat the boss you skipped, that's going to mean a lot of time backtracking. Berix finding Malphus finally, so good. Not going to be a late game double jump seed.
Algorithm finding inner quarters, but only having 1 check there is pretty barren.
And again, not too much algorithm has in the way of resistance to taking a lot of damage, because inner quarters can be quite scary with the enemies it has.
Yeah, and Berix finding Legion as the boss of study.
Noping out of there
ideal.
immediately. Yep.
Yeah.
And so far we're 7 minutes in, and the runners are very overlapping each other. Not taking the same route, but very much retracing each other's steps over and over again. So I'd say they're pretty neck and neck so far, but really, 7 minutes in, who's to say at this point?
Yeah, I mean, Berix having Malphus is a bit of an advantage, but it's nothing crazy. Also, Berix farming this Buer, I'm not sure what he's looking for exactly. Algorithm finding study pretty soon after Berix.
Algorithm wielding the Joyeuse, was that? Did I just see that there?
That is correct. That's what he picked up.
Oh. Yeah. Berix is not a fan of the Joyeuse. Algorithm, on the other hand, has some respect for the weapon. There is a lot of meta discussion within this game about which weapons are viable, which aren't, and runners have different play styles, so people develop favorites.
I personally am a Joyeuse hater, but it is a pretty strong weapon for sure. And oh my gosh,
Algorithm finding random lubricant!
Yeah, that is very good.
And also picks up Galamoth as well.
It's interesting how Algorithm chose not to do study, probably because he doesn't have slide or a way to exit the bottom of it.
Hmm. Eric's heading back to Reservoir, gonna go do the checks that Hal did earlier. We're actually heading into the arena entrance. Or maybe not.
He probably wanted to get that one check before heading over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, now he'll
exactly.
go over.
There we go. There's a vanilla arena entrance, and a very purple arena at that. Berix gonna go teleport to the start, go talk to Mina, restore some HP, and then jump back into arena, I expect? Or no, he's gonna do these checks up here first, which Halgo did earlier.
Yeah, only having one in arena is not ideal.
No,
It's a
because there's a lot of checks in arena, and none of them are very fun to do.
right. They're pretty slow for the most part, and there's one that he doesn't even have access to since it's slide or bat locked. So
Exactly.
algorithm also piecing out of the Legion fight. Can't blame him.
Yep. Berix finds Floating Garden with one check. And there's the check. Skyfish. That could be interesting to see.
Yeah, Skyfish is a pretty strong soul for sure.
Halgo heading out of study. And Berix finds dance hall. Julius doesn't even get an opportunity to show up on screen before Berix presses enter and takes him off. Presses start, I should say.
Unfortunately, since he still doesn't have slide, he can't leave the other transition here, but maybe he'll get it if he's lucky.
Yeah, there's two checks here. Two items, I should say. There's a lot of checks in, in dance hall. Oh, that's a yellow book for Berix. Beat Clock Tower boss. We haven't even seen Clock Tower yet, have we?
We have not. Most likely, rest of the seed's going to open up through Reservoir, which we haven't really explored yet, would be my guess.
Yeah, Reservoir has a lot of entrances. Algo choosing to explore arena. Never mind, he is not choosing to explore arena.
Just doing the one quick check and
Yep.
piecing out.
Find some good healing, so that's good. Berix heading down into lower dance hall.
One thing that's unfortunate for Berix is he hasn't visited the shop again, and he has not found any even decent weapons, so...
Speaking of the shop, Berix has encountered Headhunter, and Headhunter is one of the two bosses in Aria that will grant you a shop upgrade in terms of inventory after being defeated. In Vanilla Aria, if you defeated Death, the other shop boss, you'd get the full amount of shop upgrades, but in the randomizer we have them split separately, so there is a reason to fight both.
I missed what the stat randomization was on Headhunter, but...
It doesn't look fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's plus HP, plus defense, is what it looks like. But yeah, this is a slow fight for sure.
The most threatening Headhunter 2 has ever been.
Yeah, Halgorithm opting to do the northern sections of Reservoir. He also picked up a Rahab sword, which is a very good elemental weapon. So that can be
Yes.
very useful with the stat rando.
That's a nice straight sword that you can jump cancel, and it's got good attack, and of course an element that things can be weak to. Berix not looking very good here with Headhunter. He has got one hit left to spare going into Phase 3, and Phase 3 is the one that everyone's afraid of, so hopefully he has healing. Skyfish strats?
Yeah, this is very scary.
Algorithm exiting Reservoir finds top floor with 2 checks. Checking the right exit out, and another entrance into Reservoir. Okay.
Looks like he's committing to do Eastern, maybe?
Yep, he's got Hippogriff, so nothing can slow him down here, really. And Skula, of course. That's all the checks done in Reservoir, so no need to worry about exploring a whole lot, aside from, of course, looking for weapons and items.
Berix still duking it out with the Headhunter, but he manages
Just
to
finishes, yep.
finishing it up, yeah.
Halgo going through top floor. Finds a mana prism, that could be useful. Halgo finds Slide in top floor. That's a fun location.
Oh no, he's got to dance with the lubricants, but
Yep.
if the
Taking the
lubricants
warp
were plus attack, they probably would have killed him instantly. Now, Berix saw a red book in Dance Hall, but unfortunately it was slide locked, so he'll have to come back for that later.
Once he finds top floor, yeah. He's heading to check Hammer to see what the new inventory is. Ascalon in shop. I don't know if that was there before. I don't think it was.
Nope, it's definitely a new item.
Yeah. Will he buy the Ascalon is the question. And blocking Mally's got too, wow.
And super cheap melons.
Super
Oh my
ch-
gosh.
Oh my gosh, melon. Yes.
And Dryad if he wants it. Wow, this is an incredible
This is a
shop.
very
and
nice-
Valkyrie Archdemon. Oh my.
Oh my gosh, absolutely loaded on souls here. But he doesn't have that slide. That's the one thing Halgo really has over him right now. That, and of course the Rahab. Oh, yeah. Berix has got the Mistletoe, I believe, right now, which is a nice holy elemental sword, so that could be useful against other types of things.
Yeah, so far really even, and Halgo finds Dance Hall, but since he already has Slide, he can just pick up the red book immediately, and also check the transition that Berix couldn't check.
And the other check in Dance Hall was Yellow Book, so beats its study boss, Clock Tower boss, so the last one, the blue book, is going to be a soul. We know. Berix returning to Corridor once again through one of the many entrances. Any idea where we might find Blue Book, Amadeus? What do you think?
I'm gonna guess it's probably in Clock Tower, would be my guess, that we have not found yet. Which probably either connects through the Wrecking Ball room and top floor and It could be in Forbidden also. Or the book could be in Forbidden because there is one check there still.
Yep.
So there's still quite a few places. I'm gonna bet that the blue soul is Skyfish. That's my guess.
That'd be a cool Graham fight for sure. Berix using the Ascalon against Great Armor. Still only doing 44 damage.
Plus defense is sad.
Indeed it is. The algorithm finds a black cloak in the ceiling check of Dance Hall.
Oh, Berix not checking Galamoth? I don't know, maybe he forgot he has that?
Another melon there. Rare ring, my beloved, let's go.
You love to see it.
You absolutely do. Algorithm checking Galamoth right now. And Blue Book was on Galamoth.
Oh no, Berix.
So Berix is probably realized because he's heading back in that direction now.
Oh no.
Nope, he's not? Okay.
Well, there could be a duplicate blue book for Berix, but this is very
That is
sad.
true. Did anyone catch what the Blue Book said, actually? Or did Halgo not check it?
I did not catch it.
Okay. Chat's telling us Skyfish. So Halgo is in go mode, isn't he? Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now.
That is
21
correct.
minutes. Yep. There is another check in top floor somewhere. It could be behind Graham. It could be on Hippo. We don't know.
Actually, Algorithm isn't in go mode. He never went. Yes, Linux is right. He did not beat Legion yet. So I think he's just here to look for better gear, maybe.
Satan's Ring doesn't really compare to some of the other stuff he's found, so... We still haven't... So we've found every book where Halgo has, but we haven't found Clock Tower yet. Maybe this will be Clock Tower right here, we'll see. Nope, it's Chapel with 3 checks, okay. Well, Chapel could lead to Clock Tower out the bottom.
Yeah, there's not many places for Clock Tower to be.
Nightmare for Halgorithm, one of the best red souls in the game. That's very nice to have.
And a Death's Robe. That is so
That
nice.
is also very nice to have, yes. Berix clearing out Reservoir right now. Not having a fun time with those Cognizers.
And a Demon's Mail for Algorithm. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Manticore goes down. Rune Ring for Algorithm. Another excellent item. Berix finds top floor. Jinx. Berix heads into his favorite area, Eastern.
I'm pretty sure this has to be Clock Tower. I'm not sure what transitions are left.
Could be for... Oh, it's Clock Tower, okay. I was going to say it could be forbidden, but then I realized, wait, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, they did find both of those.
So Halgo immediately heading up to the boss, because he knows that's the objective. There are 3 checks in Clock Tower. Question is, will he actually even go for any of them, because this needs to find his way through what the books tell him to get at this point. Berix heading up into top floor. Excellent technique on death from halgorithm right now. Using his double jump to hit more times in the air.
Also really good nightmare usage for sure.
Absolutely. He is in a little bit of a troubling predicament if he gets hit by another scythe, but I think he'll be fine. And there we go. Just don't get hit by it as it flies away. That's the only thing to worry about. Levitain behind death. That is a very nice sword to find. Very nice hitbox, very nice power, and fire elemental, of course.
Yeah, I'm assuming Berix isn't too happy about seeing that he has to fight Legion now.
Yep. And finding Slide in top floor, of course. I'll go skipping the left side of Clock Tower. Interesting. He just wants to get out. Oh, he's going to go check Death Shop. Right, we'll see if there's some more powerful items here. That's a Balmung. That's very nice. Very nice to have. Very good weapon for fighting Julius, as long as Julius doesn't resist Holy, unless Balmung doesn't have Holy Element. I can never remember that.
It does not have Holy.
It does not have Holy Element. Okay, I didn't think so. For some reason, I was like, wait a second.
But he can resist Slash, which it does have.
Or as it's supposed to be Sword Element, because Slash is Dawn of Sorrow, but yes.
Double misinformation.
I know. Berix finds Loaded Chapel. Gets Nightmare. Gets the Death Rope. Yep, we've seen this before.
I'm still really hoping Berix either realizes he has Galamoth or happens to find a Blue Book copy, because that could be very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, he is definitely playing catch-up with Halgorithm right now. But we've seen more impressive comebacks, so you never know.
Algorithm could always die 37 times to Julius, you never know.
Or Chaos, you don't know. Could be a miserable Chaos fight.
Or
Not that
Graham
we want to
even.
see that. Or Graham, yeah, 400 damage laser. Algorithm returning to Legion as Berix goes into Clock Tower. Legion is weak to fire, so this is actually really good.
And it's also weak to curse.
And it's weak to curse. That is, so those are
Yeah.
very big numbers. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, curse does percentage damage, so that is absolutely wild.
Now Legion utterly destroyed there. Berix also using Nightmare and Rahab's Sword against Death. Cleans out phase 1 nicely.
Just going absolutely ham with the nightmares. Oh my god.
Yeah. They cost 40 MP each, but when you've got a nice supply of MP and some MP restore, that's very nice. Also, Stolas from Death. I didn't notice that when Halgo beat Death, but Stolas is a very nice soul for int raising and stuff. Very good yellow to have on.
Berix getting a Runting. Poison is also very good in this preset.
Indeed, yes. Fronting is basically just a poison version of Levitate, so very nice hitbox. Has some less powerful stats than Levitate, but still can be very useful in a stat rando.
Yeah, even just using Levitate to poison an enemy or a boss and then switching to a stronger weapon is really effective.
Algorithm heading into Graham, and let's see what Graham's stats are. What was that, minus something? No, we didn't even get to see it. Halgo reset out of it instantly.
I believe it was minus HP resist either water or fire.
Yeah, minus HP resist fire, which is not good for having Levitate, but Algorithm does have Balmung, so probably won't be a problem. Minus HP is only going to make it even quicker. Skyfish boosting damage to a very nice level there.
Oh, and Berix found a blue book in Clock Tower, so he got very lucky.
What do you know? Left side, which Halgo skipped. Into phase 2. No. Oh, now we're in phase 2 of Graham. Okay. Berix heading back to shop. And Algo has passed the Graham 2 check and is into the final phase of the fight.
Getting fancy with the iframes off of the skeleton ring.
Yes, that's a strat that Halgorithm found a while back, where if you touch the chandelier, as we call it, you'll get 82 iframes, I believe. It's the same number of iframes you get from taking a hit, but you don't take damage for whatever reason. So that can be good for avoiding the hands for a bit longer. And Graham goes down.
Got a Durandal and Legion Soul. Durandal's a super strong sword.
Now Algorithm asks the question we always ask, where is Garden? Indeed, yes, Halgos will be heading off to Floating Gardens now in order to go and fight Julius Belmont and proceed to the Chaotic Realm.
Berix coming up on his Legion fight.
Mm-hmm. Does Berix not have Siren?
No, Halgorithm bought it in the shop, but Berix did not.
I see. Well, it's still weak to fire, so this isn't going to take very long.
Yeah, this will not be a particularly hard fight.
And no one wants to fight Legion for more than like 20 seconds, let's be real, so... Algorithm about to head into Julius, just gonna save first. Okay, good. I was worried for a second. Let's see what Julius's stats are.
The moment of truth.
Minus HP plus attack, so he's a glass cannon, basically. No resistances, no weaknesses, outside of Holy as default. Yes, default weaknesses and resistances still do apply. Doing 200 plus damage with the whip, which is a little bit scary. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of damage, especially for his armor and level. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. And Halgo at full HP can take 2 hits without dying. Just squeezing in those Skyfish uses when he can. Already into second phase. This is the glass cannon part of Julius, I guess. And of course, Balmung, one of the best weapons for fighting Julius, so... Berix heading up to Graham as Halgorithm defeats Julius. So, either Halgorithm... If Halgorithm doesn't get stuck on Chaos, I think we know how this ends. But who knows?
Berix also, yep, switching to the ball mung.
Yeah, Jinx again, yeah.
Yep.
Algorithm clears the jump over the giant skeleton and chaotic. Always swag to see that.
Berix using the Valkyrie Soul on Graham. Very strong, so should help him speed up through this fight.
Already in phase 2. Vijaya, or Vaya, as I believe it's supposed to be pronounced in Chaotic for Halgorithm. And a red soul that he was a bit indecisive about. Nothing much to look at, though.
The only soul really worth it is slime, but
True.
you never know.
Berix switching to Ascalon for third phase of Graham here. Yes. As Halgorithm heads into Chaos. Let's see what these weaknesses and boosts are. Minus HP resists Holy, and I always forget what that one is.
That is Curse.
That is Curse, okay.
So, not really consequential at all. So it's basically just chaos, but weaker. So
yeah, pretty much. If we were in a situation of this being a claim seed, that could have been a problem, but we aren't, so We're just gonna see Vijaya take this down.
And on to phase 2.
Random killer mantle for Berix. I don't know if it'll matter much at this point, though, because he's only got a couple bosses left.
Algorithm getting that lubricant boost.
Yep. Eyes are taking over 100 per hit on a weapon that multi-hits, so this is probably going to be pretty quick. So yes, just to review, Chaos 2, the 4 eyes, with each one you defeat, you lower the defense of the core. Each eye has 3,000 health, the core has 3,000 health. And time for Halgorithm will be when the core shatters.
Looks like he's going to be breaking all 4 eyes.
Berix using Nightmare and Balmung on Julius right now. A very aggressive fight right now going on over there. Algorithm taking some orbs from Chaos. Got 3 eyes down. Still only 7 damage per hit on the core. And we're at the end. We're whacking away with 38 damage per hit from Levitain, which is quite respectable, honestly. Julius down for Berix, and Halgorithm takes a death to Chaos. So Berix is going to have an opportunity to catch up right here. Berix would probably be maybe a minute behind going into the fight. So we'll see. This is actually going to be a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that death, he was trying to use Arc Demon to get a little MP back, but just ended up getting comboed. Unfortunate.
Yeah, took it a little bit too far. Algorithm into phase 2 of Chaos for the second time. Berix ignores. Or, no, he doesn't. He was going to, but he didn't. Ignore that. Ignore the Vijaya. I'm just going to keep pronouncing it like that.
To each their own.
Mm-hmm. Oh, will Berix save? Please tell me. Okay, will he? Okay, he does. Good.
Oh man, Algorithm getting slapped around again.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage there. Berix choosing to go with Balmung for Chaos 1. Or never mind, he's switching to Kunitsuna. Just basically doing the same as Vijaya, just is it doing 1 less hit per swing, I should say. Yeah. On average, probably.
Yeah, I think it's slightly worse, but it's pretty comparable.
Berix getting dangerously low on life there for a moment. Thankfully has a lot of healing. Algorithm in trouble with the snake once again.
Berix has the advantage of a lot of extra healing because he got both the melons and the ramen from the shop.
Yeah, exactly. As long as he isn't stingy with his healing, and he usually is pretty generous with that. I don't think he'll have much of a problem. I'll go 4 eyes down, doing 21 double hits, triple hits perhaps, to the core. This is going to be very close.
And there we go, GG.
And that is Halgorithm finished. Berix eating some orbs here as he closes this one out. Some more of that nightmare spam from Berix. Takes an orb there. Almost gets hit by the big orb. That would not have been good. Snake isn't playing nice either. This is just a normal day for Chaos, to be honest. It's a pretty clever strat using the orbs to use Archdemon strats, because weapon is still doing 1 damage per hit. And there we go. Okay, we will get set up for match 2 and be back shortly.